Hi guys, Brian from oldcamreview.com, the gas station. I have another camera here for you today, and this is kind of a fun one. This is the Bronica Zenza S2, and this is basically a Hasselblad copy. Bronica, back in the day, the guy who owned it, I can't remember his name, wanted to come up with the perfect camera, and this is what he designed. And I have a feeling the perfect camera was mostly a Hasselblad with some other features and stuff. But this is a fun camera. It's a medium format camera using 120 film. You can still buy the film anywhere. And it is a all manual camera. There's no electronics in it. There's no metering or anything built into the camera as well, although you can buy a metering prism and stuff like that for it. The nice thing about this camera is it is relatively inexpensive if you want to get into the medium format game, and it is a very high quality camera. The S2, this particular camera is in the line of the Bronica cameras, is one of the first ones. I believe there was the S, and then they came out with the S2 and then the S2A, and there was a number of different cameras. So this is not the top of the line, not the, it's kind of like in the middle there. And I'm not an expert on Bronica cameras by any stretch of the imagination. I got this camera, I did a little bit of research on it, and I really kind of enjoy it. I wanted to share it with you. Again, medium format camera. It is a single lens reflex camera, which means there's a mirror that flips up and down. The interesting way in the way the mirror works in this camera is the mirror starts off here and then slides down and then comes back up, as opposed to an actual flipping mirror or prism or anything like that. So it is actually sort of fairly quick, and what that gets you is the ability to go to a higher shutter speed than you would even with the Hasselblad 500C or those, and it gives you 1/1000th of a second, so it gives you a higher shutter speed if you're going to shoot outside. So that's definitely a nice feature to it. Very similar to Hasselblad in its operation. There are some differences and stuff, but it is very Hasselblad-ish. Has very nice lenses as well. The Bronica lenses, or actually not Bronica lenses, they're Nikkor lenses. So it's basically Nikon lenses that you use with this camera. So this is the Nikkor P 2.8 f/75 millimeter, and this is basically what they would consider to be a normal lens with medium format. It's slightly wider than the equivalent would be of a 50. Yeah, very nice lenses. Again, check out flickriver.com if you want to see examples of what this camera can do, and you'll be pleasantly surprised. I've yet to put a roll of film through this yet, but I'm hopefully going to be doing that very soon. Need to make it up and buy some film. But let me just kind of walk you around the camera a little bit. There's some really interesting features and stuff I think you guys are going to be interested in. First of all, you have the flip-up viewfinder here, and it is a waist level viewfinder. As everything sort of in this style of camera, when you move to the right, everything is going to be sort of backwards in the viewfinder. So it takes a little bit of time to get used to that orientation of things. And because you're working in medium format, fine focus is very important, and they give you a little magnifier. When you do is just push back on the hood here very lightly, and it pops up the magnifier. So when you're looking through this, you get a much more detailed view. And then you would be focusing the camera through this very large focusing ring right here. To fold things back up, you just push this back down. That locks into place, and you fold, 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 fold. It's kind of like origami with your camera, but yeah. So that's kind of cool. On the front of the camera here, you have your aperture settings, and this one goes from f8 to f22. See if I can turn this around so you can see. So f22, f2.8, and your focus ring is going to be right here. The interesting part of this, one of the interesting things about these cameras is that the helicoid and the lens itself are two separate units which can be replaced, and there are other lenses in the Bronica line that you can actually interchange with this by just removing the entire helicoid. But when you remove the lens, you twist here, there's actually a locking mechanism right here. You press that and twist, and then out comes your lens. And then left inside is the helicoid, which is right here. And then to remove that, you press another release button here, and this, let's see, get it. Yeah, turns, and then the whole helicoid comes out. So there are other lenses that'll mount in this bayonet. Again, I'm not an expert on which lenses will or won't mount, but I'm going to let you know that they can. So you put the helicoid back in, and then you turn it, and that'll lock into place, and that also extends the internal mechanism there. And then we would install our lens here. So you, again, line up another set of red dots, and then that locks into place, and then you can just screw everything back there. A nice feature on this here is where you can put your whatever film you're loading in. You would just slide that into the back, and then there's another button here which slides so you can open up this back and replace your film cartridges. So your film cartridges can go in here, and if you have extra ones of these loaded up and put into a dark place, you can just swap those out and then put those in at will, and then this closes up. Well, that's all very well and good. Well, let's say you want to do color film and black and white film, and you want to swap stuff out on the fly. Well, very much like the Hasselblad cameras, you can do that. Here you have your dark slide here, and the dark slide comes out and then goes back in. You put the dark slide in, and then if you press firmly on the dark slide, the back comes off. I actually do have two backs with this, but you can load it up with, you can load two separate backs, or as many backs as you have, load them up with film, and, you know, beforehand, and then just take the new back, and you can do this mid-roll anytime and switch here. And your film count is going to remain the same on the back itself, because there's a film counter back here. So the film counter is independent of the camera, and the backs are independent of the camera as well as you can just want to switch those out. So kind of a cool feature there. I gotta say, this is probably one of the loudest cameras I've ever experienced in my entire life, and I will give you a little bit of the instruction here. So you wind the camera, and then when it finally sounds like it's breaking, then you're ready to shoot. This is a noisy camera. Everything sounds really loud and truck-like with this thing, but it is very solid and very well built. So then to hear the shutter sound, it actually sounds louder, I think, when the film back is on than not. Let's see, we'll get you in focus here. And here we go. We're going to take our picture. Almost. Do I have that unlocked? Oh, so that's wound. Oh, that's why I got to pull out the dark slide. Yeah, there's a lot of process with these cameras, so you got to remember to pull out the dark slide, dummy. So there it is. I pull out the dark slide, and then here we go. Chakunk. That thing sounds like a 308 going off. It's like a giant caliber gun. Well, 308 is not a giant, but yeah, anyway. So this thing is not quiet by any stretch of the imagination. It is solid, it is heavy. It is nice to hold, though, I gotta say. It's a really solid feeling camera. Tripod mount on the bottom, no electronics whatsoever, so you don't have to worry about being stuck without a battery. For those of you looking to buy one of these cameras, just know you can't test it or test the shutter unless you take the back off. It won't work. And then again, that sound like when it's breaking, you put the back on, click, pull out the dark slide, and then here we go. Here we got our viewfinder up, bang, take another shot. And hopefully you don't scare the heck out of your subject there if you're shooting babies or something like that. I can't imagine this kid's not going to freak out. But yeah, really fun camera. I don't know if it's up to the Hasselblad quality. It's certainly it's not the same sound as a Hasselblad, but it is a nice camera, and I think, you know, if you're looking for a camera in this form factor and you don't want to spend Hasselblad money, this might not be a bad idea. And again, you also get the higher shutter speed. Shutter speed is set here on the side of the camera. There's a flash sync. I don't know what the flash sync is. I'm sorry, I'm really bad with that information. I'm the wrong guy to be the flash sync expert, but from 1/1000th of a second, 1/1000th of a second, then it goes down to I think 1 second here, and then bulb. So yeah, so you just change the setting on the side, and there's a PC port on the side here as well. There's a lot of interchangeable stuff with this camera. You can swap out lenses and all sorts of stuff. I have two lenses for this. I have the 75, and I picked up the I have the 150 Nikkor lens. Everything I've seen, the Nikkor, you know, the 150 is really nice, but this this lens here looks to be just spectacular from everything I've seen. I just can't wait to shoot it. Nice thing about all the backs, though, on the Bronica here is they're all switchable from 120 to 220, which is great. I know you have to buy separate backs for the Hasselblads, and to have that just sort of built in, you only need one set of backs, you're good to go. It is that 6x6 format, that square format, so if you're looking for more of that 35mm kind of look, or the 6x7 or anything like that, that that framing, you're not going to get that on this. You're just going to get the 6x6. But I happen to really like 6x6 square format. I think it looks really nice. Other than that, there's not a lot else to tell you here. It does have a depth of field preview button, which is right here. The helicoiled or complete lens assembly release is right here once again. And then your actual lens release is here. Flip up winder right here. And there's certain differences. There's the S2 and then there's the S2A. The S2, but the differences between the S2 and the S2A, the S2 is a little bit more of a fragile camera. It uses all brass tracks for where that mirror flips up and down, and that apparently they wear out over time. If this camera has been abused, those brass tracks wear out. I guess the key to this camera is just treat it gently when you're winding and stuff. Don't force anything and don't mash the lever around. It's not going to do well for the camera. The S2A, apparently that was been fixed. So a little bit more durable camera. Again, you're going to spend a little bit more money on that too. But this, I got a nice example. I got it from some really nice people on Craigslist, and I don't know. I'm in love with it. I think it's a beautiful looking camera. I love the feel of it. Just for comparison's sake, hang on one second. Yeah, just for comparison's sake, this is my Mamiya 645J, which is another medium format film camera, and you can look at the size difference. This thing is a beast. The Mamiya is small. It does have an electronic shutter on it, and this still only goes up to 1/500th of a second. There is no removable back either on the Mamiya. I'm going to do a review on this a little later on, but I just wanted to show you guys just for size comparison's sake. This one also has a prism finder on it as opposed to the waist level, but yeah, size-wise, the Mamiya is going to be a little bit smaller. The Bronica, just a tank, and it really looks like a Cadillac. I mean, this thing, these fins on the side are beautiful. I don't know, I think it's a gorgeous camera. Medium format, good lenses, Nikon lenses. You can't go wrong with that, guys, really. So, anyway, that's it. The Bronica Zenza, what is it? The S2. So there you go. Any questions or comments on this camera, any information you have on this camera, just leave it below. I'd be really interested. Again, I'm not an authority on this, but I just wanted to show you around the camera a little bit. I just got it, kind of excited about it. So that's about it. Brian, Old Cam Review, the gas station. Thanks for liking and subscribing, guys. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate it. All the support. You guys are fantastic. I'm going to try and keep stuff coming for you. That's it. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.